Yeah, that's right. You're hearing Odd's voice. It's time to get it on. Here we go. Yeah, what he said. I wonder if they can even. I don't even know if. What did. I think this happened last time. There we go. There we go. I forgot to turn the desktop audio on. That means I'm gonna have to turn the music off, though. Okay. I think I'm all fixed up.
Are
Brandon,
y'all fixed up? Are y'all ready to
William,
roll?
thanks for coming in, boys. Thanks for the good lucks. We got Mr. Ott, Mr. Kyle here. Kyle's gonna caddy us. Gordon's gonna
Kyle's gonna tell
shoot
you.
low, and I'm gonna dick around.
I'm gonna.
Shoot low, and I'm gonna dick around. Ooh,
I'm gonna.
someone's
Are we
got
getting
the
echo?
stream on or
Echo,
something.
echo, echo, echo.
Yeah, there's better.
On almost every one of these holes, in my opinion, they put the pin in a better spot. Like on hole number one, like you could kind of go for hole in one before where the pin was, but I would have moved the pin over here and made it harder to try and go for hole in one, and made it riskier. But they actually moved it to the left into an area where it's flatter for the run coming up to it.
Or
You can still
easier.
get there with a you can still get there with a 3 power ball with tailwind. I think it was 3 3/4.
I made it with a extra mile 8 and the katana ball. I
Was
don't
that
think it.
with was that with overpower?
None. I don't think any overpower at all. All the curl though.
Yeah, but you were right on the edge as far as the.
No, it was pretty safe shot actually.
No, no, no. What I'm saying is, if there would have been headwind, you would have had to put overpower on it with a two
Oh,
power ball.
probably, yeah. I got extra mile 7, so I'm going to use. First, I
I'm going to
can enter
use
the
that
tournament.
back. Oh, I suppose we could enter the tournament. Let's see if we can get in the same bracket here.
Ooh, it doesn't look like it. I highly doubt it. We're probably not going to get matched up either. Not with these accounts, but don't matter. So, hole number 1.
Are you ready?
Almost.
Well, I only have and I we'll get matched up every time. We
Okay,
gave you our
so
money. Come on. We bought your
5 top spin.
$1,500 movie.
Extra mile of the katana. I'm using a kingmaker, but I have max right 5 top spin. I think I actually, yeah, I used a Titan yesterday on accident. Maybe that's what happened. Whatever. Wing it. That's what
The
it's all
king,
about.
the king of
Just wing it. All right, you ready? I'm
what
ready.
was the Titan? Yeah, are you ready?
Sure. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, watch we get unmatched up with these accounts. It'd be hilarious. Nope, nope. I
You
already
got
got
somebody right
someone.
away. I waited too long. Jetty. I got the jetty.
Norwegia seems like it's busy already.
Well, it's in the evening for them. They're what, 8, 9 hours ahead of me, so they're like 8:30 at night.
Might need a bit of overpower on this one.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying with the
two
power.
rings. 2 rings. Extra mile 7 though, so it doesn't have as much as 8 even. All of the curl.
My opponent's using a extra mile 7 and a katana. They probably could have put all that topspin in,
Wiggle the
and then they wouldn't have to do any overpower.
wiggle the target a bit. A wiggle of overpower.
Wiggle. Wiggle.
Yeah, get on the fringe.
It's
That'll
not
work.
quite as good as a deagle.
That will work. This is early. 20 to 3 in the afternoon. Surprised I'm even not still in bed. No, in bed again. This is like my nap time.
Bet again. 4-2. It's 1.5 per ring, so I'm gonna do 3 1/4 or 3 1/3. There's max curl, and I'm only gonna do that much. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole.
Go in. Might as well.
That was 3 3/4 topspin. I needed just a titch more, a little bit more curl. I don't mind that spot though. I mean, you got to remember on the hole like this, the whole goal is eagle.
Yeah.
We can get
make it
aggressive
easy.
and try and go for hole in one, but the whole goal is eagle, and especially on the first hole of a round. I mean, if you can get the eagle on the first hole of the round, it's huge. Huge.
Huge.
Big.
Thank you for the booms, Mr. Brady. Did you leave the chat?
My sister sent me a thing the other day. She goes,
Oh,
"Hey,
he's
did
on
you hear
mute.
the McDonald's is going to start selling hot dogs? That way, when guys go to the drive-through line, they can go, hey, can I get a McWiener and can you supersize it for me? Can you supersize my wiener for me?"
Thank you, Brendan. Now let's watch Mr. Rapier.
In the hole. Boom.
Barry, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for the good lucks. 2 good luckses there.
Hey, ask everybody if they can hear me this time.
They can hear you. I got the thing on. That's why
Okay,
I turned my
sure.
music
You know,
off.
last time we did half the video and they couldn't hear me and they were wondering, like, why are you not talking?
Because I had my music on, so I had my desktop audio off. But since we're talking through Discord, I need to have my desktop audio on. Therefore, I had to turn the music off.
The music.
Because then they'll
Hole number
copyright
2.
it, and then it'll come off my homepage. It's stupid. Hole number 2.
Now look at
Sniper,
where
4
the like
backspin, 1-to-1 minus 0.1.
look at where the pin was before and they moved it. Like, was the greenskeeper like that freaking lazy that they just moved? Like, you couldn't have moved it over here, or like, I just don't get why they're not. Now I will tell you that they're moving them in the better spots as far as ease wise, because this is flat. There is a little bit of movement on the course over here, and so it's like they've moved them into easier spots as opposed to moving them into tougher spots. I would have wanted to move them into tougher spots so we could use these as weekend round pin placements. And the weekend round, it's a lot tougher.
But where was it before?
Like 2 squares away.
Oh.
Like, look, here's where it was before, and here's where it is now. It's like literally 1.5. It's like 2 squares away.
Well, hey, that's
But the run up to where it's at right
that's like
now.
40 yards in Golf Clash, isn't it? 2 squares.
Well, yeah, Golf Clash it is. Like, here's the hole and here's the flagpole, and you're right on the lip, and it says you're 0.33 yards away. Well, hey, guess what, guys? That's a foot. That's 12 inches. 12-inch.
What version of 12 inches?
Let's quit lying to ourselves and quit telling each other that this is, hey, that's 12 inches. No, like, like this is 12 inches. Rat bastards.
Rat bastards. Wait.
All right, I'm gonna take a nap. What did you say you're doing on this hole?
Sniper 4 backspin 1-to-1 minus 0.1. That's just, I haven't made it, but I was close yesterday, and that's what it came up with after I missed.
Okay.
Trying to get learned from my mistakes.
Okay.
But if you don't learn from your mistakes, what the fuck's the point? You ready? You're not on the right screen.
Yep. I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
I went like a half a second after you,
Dots?
so. Dots and?
No.
I'll back out. Get back in. Dots and? No. We're not gonna have any love today.
I didn't think so. These accounts are really far apart, though.
Well, they're not any farther apart than normal. I mean, you still live in the same place in Canada. I still live in the same place in Oregon. Come on.
Haha, on a roll today.
I'm on a roll.
I got strokes
What's up,
better.
puppy?
Strokes better.
I'm gonna spend forever trying to find an opponent.
The big dog again. No, but this account, I don't know if this account's even never made it to pro division ever.
Finally got an opponent. Finally. Not you goes first. Should be not me.
What's he doing?
I was in pretty much the same spot my opponent's in down there at the bottom.
Ooh,
It looked like their tail was definitely drifting off to the right from that spot. I think I was a little bit more to the right. And the tail was a little straighter. They hit it perfect. Get in the hole. All right. What do we got here? I'm at minimum club.
I'm going to go with
4.
Whoa.
So it's 4.
3.9-ish. 3.9-ish sounds good-ish. Perfect sounds good.
4 rings.
Hey, James, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Ooh. You need to get that ball guide way through the cup. That's pretty close.
Isn't it perfect? I should have did.
Luck. There's James as well.
It's going to miss to the left. Just barely. No, it was definitely missed to the left. Let's see what that number would have been. 4 is 4.8 divided by 1.3.
Divided by Mr. Complicator.
Yeah. It should be. I did a 20% adjustment at minimum club, which is 1.2 per ring. So those two balance each other out. So it should just be 1-to-1, whatever the win was. And I still didn't, it still didn't go over enough.
Okay, number 3. I don't know what I had written down the first time for some reason. I feel like chicken tonight.
Main club at 1.2. I'm making some notes here. I'm changing my note stuff. I tried that 20% twice and it hasn't worked. That was the first time I hit it in there perfect, so it still didn't work. It didn't work when I didn't hit it perfect.
David. My Leo, how's it going, buddy?
Thanks for the good luck. Number 3.
We're talking about practice-ish. Qualifying.
What do we have? This is our qualifying practice. Hole number 3.
On the last
So I tried this earlier, and if you if you're just bouncing off of this island, just trying to run it forward, this little area right here in the past has been kind of my target area, this little depression. I brought a topspin ball out to see if I could get like farther up in here and see what the angle looked like, but I hit it 700 rings great to the left and ended up right here. I'm not sure I would have got much more with a topspin boost ball unless I was really trying to go for it. The pin is in a better spot. The pin before was like right here. And so for the rough bump, there was a little bit of movement. And where it is now, you're still doing a rough bump, but the pin's closer, so you don't get that irregular movement coming towards the cup. And I did -5 to the cup and sank it for the Albie. Sank it! So I'm going to bring out the same shit that I brought out before. I'm going to bring out a Titan, the king. And an APOC should work fine.
Mr. Jordan Lee, hey, thanks, buddy. Thanks for the good luck. How about them Leafs, man? I was just saying, this is about my nap time. I went to fucking nap yesterday, slept through all the fucking trades, but I'm kind of a little bit excited for the game tonight, so might actually tune in for a period or two. Have fun at work, though, buddy.
How are the Maple Leafs doing this year? They're still playing?
Oh yeah, it's not playoffs yet. They just made a bunch of trades. Got like fucking 7 or 8 new guys, and they might not be done yet. Still, it's crazy. Terry, hey, thanks for the good day. I mean the good day.
Well,
Thanks for the good luck.
7 or 8 guys. Isn't that the whole freaking team?
No, there's 3 forwards, 4 lines. That's 12. Two defense times 3 pairs. That's 6. That's 18. A goalie and a backup goalie. That's 20 dress players per game. Then you have your extras in case someone gets hurt or you want to take someone out, put someone else back in, switch it up.
I got you. So only
Fucking
a
pay
third of their team.
attention, Gordon. You're gonna come here and talk hockey. You better fucking know what you're talking about.
Let me see. Let me see if I can make up what a hockey team is. You got a goalie and you got 5 guys on the. You got 5 other guys that are playing and a hockey and a goalie. So there's 6 guys on the ice at any time. Is that right?
Yes.
So you got 5 guys that are fighting, and you got 1 guy that's the goalie.
Yeah, they don't even fight anymore though. All the pussies won. Like, it's too brutal. So instead, they just swing the
Well, the
sticks at
thing
each
is
other
that
now.
I will tell you the thing that I didn't like about hockey is that you go, these guys are professionals. They've played. They're great players. They're great athletes. They've spent their whole life wanting to be a professional hockey player, and they get into the pros, and they get into a fight that like puts their eye out or does something to them where they're now and it's, hey, we're here to play a game. We're not here to. If I wanted to get into boxing or kickboxing, I would have got into boxing or MMA or whatever. I got into this because I want to play hockey. I didn't want to, like I am okay with if hockey's taken some of the fighting out of it and they're just playing hockey. Jeez,
Well,
can we just
no.
play
See,
hockey?
no. Then that's the problem right there. Is that point of view? Because obviously, and this is not a slight or anything, not a knock. You're not really a hockey fan. You don't watch the game. You don't know what it's all about in the end. So what happens
Right. So
is,
you want to
no, no,
you
no,
want to
no,
see a
no. Let me
fight. Like
finish. Let
we
me
see a fight
finish.
in
It's not
hockey
about the
team
fight,
breaking.
man. It's not about the fight. It's about what causes the fight. You have some fucking jerk off running around there trying to take your best player's heads off, and you're not allowed to do anything about it. You can't walk up and punch that dude in the head and stop him from trying to kill your own. Because they go out there, you're in the boards, you got your back turned, the guy comes in, hits you right from behind, head first into the boards. That could end your career, you know. And if a guy comes in and tries to fight you, now he gets the extra penalty, kicked out of the game, all this other shit. Whereas back in the day, you had a dude on the ice like Gretzky always had a guy on his wing. If someone came out and went after Gretzky's head, guess what's going to happen? The guy's coming straight after you. He's going to punch your teeth in, and you'll probably never do it again. Actually, Brian
I got
Berard, Brian Berard played for the Leafs. He
you.
lost an eye. Didn't lose it.
Are you ready?
Almost did. He did come back, but he was not the same ever since. Ingrid, how's it going, girl?
You ready?
I am ready. 3, 2, 1, go. But see, now you get all these chicken shit guys that know that no one's gonna, they don't have to step up and fight a dude because it's frowned upon now. So he can go out and make cheap shots and slew foot and jab people in the
Well,
crotch. There's a lot of
I would
dirty
say
shit that
that,
goes on.
and I get it. I would be upset if people were playing dirty and I wasn't able to get even with them for doing that. So, I mean, I suppose you should stop that shit as well.
Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, I'm sure there's stats to back this up,
But
but
it did get old watching, like I've watched some hockey back in the past, and it did get old where that old saying, that joke, I went to
went to a
a
fight,
fight and a hockey
hockey
game
game.
broke out. That
Yeah.
that was true of every game. And it was like, fuck, if I want to watch boxing and MMA, I'll watch boxing and MMA. I'm trying to watch hockey.
Yeah,
They
some of
seem to
it.
be able to play it okay in the Olympics where they don't have that kind of shit happen. So I mean, like, why can't they get their act together and play that way?
Well, again, different whole thing. That's a quick tournament, and the rules are different. There's like zero tolerance. I mean, if you're playing these same guys over and over and over again over the course of 10 plus months or something, and you got the same prick trying to slash your ankles or spear you in the junk or
Oh,
something,
that is bad.
then what am I doing? A little bit of curl. Then yeah,
Is there some
you need
reason why
you
you
need
wanted to go
someone
look
to
through where my balls are?
you need
Are you
someone
hit
to
my was my hand showing me where I was at so that I could recover?
whoa,
Don't worry
speed
about
roll.
me, dude.
Speed roll. That sucks. I should have did all of the curl.
I went from an Albie and I shot the round with aught so that I could get all of the holes individually with the new pin placements, and I got an Albie, and then I went from an Albie to there. I'll give you an emoji back, bitch.
You have an emoji wars on your stream?
I'm actually not a big emojier, but
Yeah, that was piss poor. I should have actually wrote that down. I just wrote down, no, do second shot, it's a hornet. Not if you're not in the right spot.
that would be 2 1/4 rings.
Let's call that mid.
And I'm going to lean just a little bit to the left. Hitting it perfect. Getting a hole. Not even close.
Can't tell where the ball's going.
Oh, I was hoping it would avoid that rough and and roll back down to the cup, but we can make that and recover.
This is going in for sure. There's no way this is gonna
I
miss,
hope
right?
it bounces over the hole. You put your tail like that through the hole and you get it running down the thing. I will tell you, there is a chance that it'll bounce over the hole. You'll hit it too hard.
Ooh.
Hold on, Buster.
Brian, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for the good luck. Not bad with a Nirvana 2 or 3. Almost had that. The rough bump, rough iron, rough bump. That's the first time I missed that one so far. 3 for 3 prior to that. But with this account, I think 12. 12 would be good.
In the hole, recovered. Look at that.
Hey.
Look at that.
Oh no. My opponent just gave me a free chest. Thanks, opponent. Didn't have to do that. But I'll take it. I'll
That's the
take my
old Ben
two or
Hogan
three.
thing.
2 or 3 chests,
Too
yeah.
bad.
Give me my fucking last egg so I can get rid of these things. One more shotgun
2
left.
backdrop in a row and 1 great shot is still eagle. Hole number 4. What is hole number 4?
I got plus 30 at max. This is just a straight, flat.
Just straight up nerve navigator shot. Straight up now. You're saying
Are you
plus
going
30?
to get a hole in one? Yes. Yeah, I did plus 30. I don't know. Your clubs are different length than mine, but I
I'm not
was
sure they're
close. I
any
didn't make
longer.
it, but it's long iron, yeah.
Well, I tried a plus 10 and was way off. So I wrote down try plus 20. So I'm
I'd
going to
say
try
try
plus
30.
20.
30. Do it. 30.
I'll split the difference and do a plus 25. Are you ready?
Sure. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. Straight to hell.
I gave you a little bit extra time. Maybe I got
I'm still
dots
spinning.
saying we got nothing. We're not in the same cohort. I got Paco.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, your guy's been to Master Division, right? This guy's been to maybe Pro.
No, I'm playing 77, so I've never been out of rookie.
The weekly?
Never been out of rookie.
Okay. Here it is. Gonna make this one for a change.
One backspin, 2.5, 3.12 rings. 3.125. So I'm going to do 3.2. Hey, if I can get it lined up with the wind. 3, 2. Are you still on, or did you
Yep.
drop off?
Nope. I think that might have been Kyle.
Getting it perfect. Get in the hole. In the hole. That was plus 25.
All right, perfect. Getting the hole times 2.
Did you get in the hole? Get in the hole. Got the video. Got the distance. Oh, the story of your life, just a little short.
That extra point 2 ball guide would have helped me for sure. Set it up a little too far away.
Yeah, but like we were saying earlier, that's probably 0.33 yards of away from the cup, so that's a foot away.
At least. Son of a bitch. All right. I will make a little star that plus 30 was good. I like that number. But I'm using more backspin, so I'm going further up on my first bounce.
I did 25 plus 0.1. That's how that worked. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
I still missed my shot? Come on, give me my last fucking practice thing.
Hole number 5.
All right, I think.
Richard sent me a shot earlier on hole number 7. He did 20% on it, and I did the same shot, but I didn't hit it perfect, and it didn't go in. Hole number 5. Hole number 5. It's weird how that works. If you don't hit it perfect and you set it up right, it doesn't go in. Is this really hole number 5? It
Well,
is hole number 5.
you got to set it up to hit great, man. Come on.
Well, here's the deal on hole number 5. I played this earlier, and I went out. Okay, so traditionally I hit out into this area right here, and you still need a big ass club to get, so you can bring out a big dog or cat, and trying to get bounce number 1, bounce over, and then run to the cup. You don't want to end up here. You've really lengthened yourself out if you think about your arc, and you don't. If you really want to, when you're thinking about this end area, you want to end up in this quadrant. But I played this earlier with one of those topspin boost balls, and I ended up in the rough right here. I played it with an extra mile. I didn't have enough curl to get it to bring it around, but I really think with an APOC, what I should have done, I had a 4-power ball that had 5 side spin, and my red line was like up in here, and I pulled it back down into this area. So you could have brought out like a 3-power top spin boost ball and kind of got this run. It didn't. I'm just I needed a club with more curl. I'm almost thinking like if you hit with a bigger ball back in this area and you had topspin and topspin boost, you're going out here, you might be able to play this with a big topper because it's got so much curl to try and bring you back around to get out into this area. It doesn't really. I was kind of surprised
Hey, buddy.
because I hit in the rough and then I chipped it back over into here. And I had a 4-power ball, and I still, with my sniper, didn't have enough distance to do the rough bump or to start off over here. I still had to bounce it over. So even if you get over here, you still need to bring out like a cataclysm or a big dog for the second shot. You know, when you think about arc for distance, you can't really get. You're not going to be able to get into long iron range, and I don't know that this shot is worth the. Man, it's really difficult because if you end up in the rough here, you're screwed. I'm going to hit it straight forward because I think that's the safe shot. I think consistency.
Safe.
Why I just think it's a better shot. I
Safe.
do.
Safe.
Well, not necessarily safe, but I don't know that you're getting any more for. You could get if you get over. Let's say you could get over and you could consistently get over. I don't know that you're really improving your lie. And I'm going to bring a. You can definitely help yourself by bringing out a bigger power ball right here, but I'm just going to bring out a kingmaker, and I'll bring a titan. Let's play this round with the king of balls.
I
Can't get
got
it done with the king of balls.
berserker.
Can't get it done. Well, if you're bringing out a berserker, are you bringing a grenade to a knife fight? I mean, come on.
You just got finished saying how it doesn't fucking matter, blah blah. You're not gonna have enough distance on your second shot anyway.
Well, you're right. I mean, if you were out, are you going to hit out here to the tip?
I think yesterday I got across to the other fairway.
You got it over here.
Yeah. I don't know with extra mile 7 if that has enough topspin or not, but we'll soon find out, I
Well, I don't
suppose.
know that. I don't know. Well, if you draw a line, okay. So if you're trying to get over to here and we draw a
It's
line to the
definitely
pin,
closer. It's definitely closer
you
than hitting
can't
from the
be
tip.
back here in order to do that. You got to be up into this area. So if you're up in that area, now you got to cover this angle.
Yeah.
And so I don't know that
Half a
the
ball of curl.
extra mile has enough curl to get
Half a
you
ball.
around there that you're going to end up in the rough.
I wrote it down from
Unless
yesterday.
you bring out like a 5 side spin ball.
No. Extra mile, berserker, max, overpower, top, left, half ball, curl. And it
Are
went
you
through.
trying to bring well shit with a berserker, your red line's up here. Are you trying to bring it this way?
No. It's not that far.
Yeah. I mean, shit, you can get over this right here with a 3 power ball. So with a 5 power ball, shit, you're up in the shadows.
Extra mile 8, extra mile 7? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
know. I
yeah.
played it yesterday and I wrote that down and I wasn't fucking wasted like I was the last time I tried to do this course, so I'm gonna go with what I got written down.
Okay. All right.
I
You
trust
go with
me.
what you
I
got written
trust
down there, Luna.
past me. Past me would not totally screw future me over. Would you? Come on, past me.
Okay. Are you ready?
I think I'm ready. Let's go
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. Seeing the wind is helping a little tiny bit, I think. Again, I don't know. Extra mile 7 doesn't have as much top spin as extra mile 8, I think. So, I mean,
What I'm
whatever.
not sure about here hitting the shot straight forward because I tried to get over on my practice round is I'm not sure how much topspin to put. So I'm going to hedge my bet and only put on 2.5, maybe 3, a little less than 3.
White ball. This guy's bare balling it.
3-1 should be about a ring and a half if I can get lined up with the wind.
You know, what's with the wind? Like I was kind of jumping back and forth like that.
Seems like it's jumping more.
Oh, that's why. I just did a rough bump. Is that what it was? That sounds, yeah, that makes sense. That's what it was. I just did a rough bump. Rolled out. Yeah, that's what happened.
2 3/4 topspin.
I wasn't trying to bounce
Tighten.
over. Silly Willy.
Big dog. And this is definitely going to be Max Big Dog. And Max Big Dog is 1.8 per ring.
Why do I have max opal, max all this stuff?
My opponent's not really that far away from me as far as where I hit, but distance-wise,
Oh, if I would hit perfect, I
they're
wouldn't
in a
get that much
much
curl though.
tougher spot.
Well, that's not good.
Cataclysm is the same as my Big Dog, 1.8 per ring. And it breaks down that
Rough
hill and
top.
wants to go to the right, so I'm going to start off a little bit to the left. I'm probably not starting off enough.
Ooh, into
So
the
a 2.6, 1.8, 1.44 rings.
I was giving this guy a perfect chance with his bear balls, and he went into the bunker. Now I'm gonna have to clearly sink this short iron.
Hitting it perfect. It's going to break off to the right here at the end. It's going to look pretty good, and then it's going to break off to the right. And I hit through the break.
There we go. That's an easy save.
Had
Easy
a
save here.
little speed, and that was at 0%. That was just a straight up shot. I needed like one more backspin.
Oh, you got this. Come on, Anthony. From the 01923. Yeah, you know me. Almost barrelballed his way to an eagle.
This is the hole that, like, if you can you do the drive shot with a freaking white ball? Yes, but the second shot here blows.
Minimum club.
Now, my opponent was able to get up there with a katana, but just slightly overshot it. That was a long ass putt for me.
1.6.
Eagle! Woo!
If you don't want a long putt, then just do what I do. Hit it in the rough first, then lay it up so you have a short iron, and then just shoot it within. There, see? That's going to go in, I'm sure. I don't see why it wouldn't. Yeah.
In the hole. Look at that. Is that a recovery shot? Look at
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Recovered.
Too much curl. I confused myself with
I
my
didn't even watch
notes.
it. What ball did you end up hitting with?
Berserker. So I
need to go back.
hit it up
I'm gonna go back
right
and
in
look
front
what
of
you did
that.
right there. Because
I'll tell you. I hit it up in front of that. I just rough bumped it onto that other fairway. So I just blasted my
did you?
first tee shot, first bounce right into the rough in front of that fairway on the left, and then rolled out. I didn't do it this time because I ended up in the rough because I hit a good grate, but that's what I did yesterday too. Rough bumped it and rolled out, and then had a pretty decent look, I suppose, considering the hole. But
Hole number 6.
hello,
Dun,
Glenn. How's
dun,
it going,
dun,
buddy?
dun.
Thanks for good luck. We got Mr. Ott in the house again, as you can see.
Hole number 6. Okay, so
Oh, this one.
earlier, like traditionally, I've hit here, and the wind is blowing from this direction. So this is one of those ones where if you do the wind ring method, you got to spin it around. You got to push the wind out instead of trying to pull it, because these trees will block your path. I just laid it up right up here to the top and went for the shot, and then I hit it like 7,000 rings great to the left, and I have no idea how close it would have been. My opponent did get down here and was in long iron range versus wood, but this shot has like if you get down here and you're in long iron range, you got a great second shot, but you got to do you're close to this, you're close to this. It's difficult to get into the right spot. It's easy to end up in trouble if you go the lower path. But if you achieve success, you get long iron. But it's almost, I mean, shit, it's super easy to get into wood range right here. So I'm going to do the wood shot. Although you could bring out, you go with the wood.
All about the wood.
I don't know that you can do it in rookie. I swear in expert, I've been on the other side trying to go for it and ended up in the rough. I haven't ever made it completely over to it, ended up in the rough over here, but you can do it. You can.
That sounds crazy.
Crazy. Didn't there used to be a pad or something in here? You try and get on that pad and then bounce over, or was it always just this one? I know that I've seen people and I have tried to get over in one, but I'm not sure. I think it was in one of the upper divisions where the wind was higher, and I'm not sure. Not sure. Can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, I could see like a crazy hook or something. Kansas, thanks for luck. Thanks for the luck. Thanks for the good luck. And well, you never know. You might find out what looks like one of these days.
Think of the best looking guy that you've ever seen, and that's me.
And then divide it by infinity.
There's not very many Gordons out there, but we're all good looking guys.
I'll give you one hint. We've got similar hairdos.
I actually have my Viking hairdo right now and the Iroquois haircut. I've got a mohawk on top and my sides are shaved really close, and I got a ponytail that comes down about my neck. Trying to get my bangs to the point where they're as long. So I'm finally at that point where I can tie it off in a ponytail and it's like mid neck. I can mohawk it up.
That?
I did. My long ass hair in Mexico. My pink toenails.
Well, yeah, that's a given.
I'm secure in my masculinity, so that helps. I'm taking a katana. The cat.
And a good luck for Mr. Ott from Glenn.
A katana. Thanks, Glenn. Welcome everybody to the channel. I'm not watching the chat. Gunner's watching the chat. He can chew gum and walk at the same time. So okay, you ready?
Myself on the bat for that. I think so. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm gonna use a quarterback. Let's see what happens with quarterback.
I'm using a rock. I used a quarterback on this hole for years. I mean, that was the one. A quarterback and a katana is really all you need.
Yeah.
Save yourself.
I would use a rock, but I don't think this guy might have.
You could bring out a lower wing. And the pin is actually in a little bit better spot than it was before. Come back to the +4. Give myself a little bit of room for future headwind. Put on one backspin.
Thanks everyone who popped in, anyone who's still here watching, anyone who's going to watch in the future. This is an early one for me than normal, but that's okay. Because there's still one more round to play. And that's going to be in pro. And we might just have another special guest for that round. But you're just going to have to tune in to find out. At some point in time later today. Before, right now. After later.
With the new pin placement, you want to try not to get all the way to the end of that fairway, because it'll put you a little bit more when you're going towards the green. The rough kicks out right there, and you'll have to use a little more side spin, even though you've got side spin to try and do a straight up shot. You don't necessarily have to get all the way to the end of that fairway.
Just hit fucking perfect. That's all.
And my opponent eyeballed it and then hit it 2 rings great to the left and had right hand side curl on it. So I have no fucking clue where this ball is going to go.
I got a pretty decent line, I think.
What am I doing here? It's 1.3. I'm at minimum club, so it's 3 divided by 1.3 plus 1, 2.4 rings.
How's it going, Ed? Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for good luck.
Blue ring.
What is this? Is this number 6? Must be.
2.31 rings. There's 2, 2.5. That was it. Oh, twice I've hit it great. If I was going to hit it great one side or the other, that was the side to hit it great on. But perfect would have been. I would have loved to have seen what a perfect looked like. It would have been on the other side of the cup, is where it would have been.
2.3, nothing extra. I'm going to call that mid. 1 ring. 1 giant red ring.
Well, what wood did you bring?
Sniper.
Is that you shooting right now?
Yep. Oh. Yeah, I was in my Goliath range.
Oh, you were in your Goliath range.
Damn,
I was
man.
like, that didn't look like.
Damn it.
That didn't look like a sniper to me. Was somebody talking while you were shooting and interrupting you, and you weren't able to concentrate? Is that the deal? Sorry about that. You know, I always try and be quiet when you're shooting.
Oh, no, fuck. Guys, put this guy up there now. Stupid Mr. I'm pretty
Dang
sure
it.
perfect would have been in there.
Well, I would have loved to have seen what any perfect. This and the first. I've only played this hole twice today, and I didn't hit it perfect either time. I hit it great to the left, great to the right. Yo, left. Yo, left.
Right on, Kansas. That's cool. Yeah, for me, it's more of a weather thing. It's March now, and I'm tired of winter, so I cut my hair to tell Mother Nature, guess what, bitch? Time to change the weather. Give me the sun. I want to put some shorts on. Enough of the sweaters and toques and who needs that shit?
All right, hole number 7. What do we
This
got
one
for hole
again.
number 7? What do we have in store for ourselves? All right. They've actually made this hole easier because before, where the old pin placement was right here, and new pin placement here, we draw a line to the tee. We kind of had to pinch ourselves up, barely 2 rings of separation. Now we can be about 5 rings of separation. But on the second bounce, the second bounce here before was like you're coming up, there's where the rough area is, and it came down to the green, and so you had this little hilly area. And we're to the left of that now where it's flat. So our second bounce is not being affected so much by this hill, and we can get a better rollout. And we don't have these little moguls that are in front. So they've actually made it a little easier on us if we can hit it perfect. If. Why is if such a big word?
Cheaper on shampoo too, like Kansas.
Navigator. The nav. And I have no freaking clue where I'm at in my club.
I wrote
I
Goliath
did a max.
Navigator, 2.5 back, 1 right, plus 10 at max.
I played it at max earlier, and it seemed like I did a plus 10, and it seemed like I needed to do a plus 20. I can't remember how much spin I put on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Of course I didn't get it in. I'm just going by. I missed, but I hit perfect. So, like, judging by that, I think maybe that's the adjustment. Give it a whirl. Give it a whirl.
And then with Grizzly, make some notes here. Grizzly, Nav, Max. Max. I'm playing Max with a 1 Powerball at 0.9 per ring. Okay, ready?
Born ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Dun dun dun. You know
Hopefully,
we're never going to get matched up.
no, no, no,
Wouldn't
not
it
in
be
these accounts.
cool? Wouldn't it be cool if at least once?
I did play with Dale. What day was that? I forget. Was it? No, it wasn't Monday. I forget. We managed to get hooked up a couple times, but I would go in first, and then he would jump in, and then like as soon as he got dots, he would jump back out and then go back in again. Hank uses 30. Yeah, depends on how he's setting his shot up too, though. More backspin, you're going to be hitting further. More wind effect. You might want to add some more.
3.1 rings.
And I know Hank's using Goliath.
Get in the hole. It's got the video. Woo! In
Two
the
par threes.
hole.
Two par threes.
2 par threes. Look at that shot. And that was a Grizzly with a Navigator at Max Club hitting 0.9 per ring with 20%. And I was 5 rings of separation. And I think I had 2 backspin on there. It was 2 backspin. I left it just a little bit short of the cup. And I was 5 ring. I had my white ring off the transition between the rough and the fairway. I don't know that I had any side spin on there. I might have had a sliver, but I was trying to do it without side spin.
Power one. This is not as good setup as I had with my other. The extra little ball guide does come in handy sometimes. Especially ones like this where you get a big rollout.
Yeah. Big
Perfect.
roll out. All right.
Roll
Got a
more.
chest.
No.
Hole number 8.
So Ott is better looking than John Stamos? Question mark. I mean, depends.
John and I have hung out. I mean, I don't show myself because I'm famous in my other life, and I really just I don't want to confuse the two. So, you know, then everybody would compare, you know, like, hey, you know, like they would think of me as my other persona instead of just playing Golf Clash. So
Yeah. I would say more like Bruce Willis.
yeah, no, it's probably probably more like Bruce.
Getting too old for this shit.
You're getting too old for this stuff. I was watching. Hey, I'll
Oh
tell
wait,
you,
that's the wrong guy, isn't it?
anybody who's got Hulu, that Only Murderers in the Building, man, that is a great show. Great show. Funny. It's a great show. But there's one line in it, and it happened the other day. And I started cracking up. My wife was like, "What are you laughing about?" And there's one spot in there where Martin Short says, somebody says, you know, like guys in their 70s, and he goes, "I'll have you know, I'm in my early mid 60s."
Yes, the early mids. Gotta love those.
The early mid 60s. That's right. All right, this hole right here, I got lucky earlier. I was in the rough out here, and I ended up sinking the rough shot on a backspin backboard
Oh yeah, the
curl.
backboard all the way.
I curled it in. I had to curl it in order to get around the trees. I used the backboard. I had max backspin and sank it. I mean, it's one of those shots that in 100 times I couldn't make it once, and I made it once. But I really do believe
So
that
101 times.
101 times. You take 101 to get once. I do believe that if you want to use this rough bump here, that to get the best angle at the rough bump, you really want to be kind of like in the center of this fairway. And that if you hit it all the way to the other side, while you may have gotten more forward distance, if you do the arc, you're not really changing your distance to the cup, but you're having to come at this rough area right here, and it is hilly on this side, and it's fairly flat up here at the top. So I
Yeah,
really think like hitting more towards the middle, if you want to do the rough bump, is a better way to go at it. And you can use a katana on this hole as well.
no, screw the rough bump. You got to be just right to do that. You can land on the green with, I don't even know, 5 backspin maybe, and that'll be enough to suck it all the way back to the hole. Because you can actually bounce and then land in the rough behind the green, and it's still steep enough with the backspin that it'll come out of the rough and roll all the way down to the pin.
Oh yeah, I mean this is a skateboarder park. Like when they're not using this, like in the wintertime when they can't play golf out here, they go out there and they put the hard mat on it so that people can come out here and skate. This freaking thing is so steep that it's crazy, crazy, crazy. I don't know. I've played golf on a lot of different golf courses, and I don't know that I've ever seen a golf course that's got a backboard like this. Seen some crazy golf holes, but not ones like this. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use quarterback. I might probably gonna go with Kingmaker because got to get it into the spot. And I need the curl and the drive too, so I am ready. 3, 2,
Go.
1, go.
Man,
Buckety
you
doke.
got somebody like instantaneously.
Oh
Instantly.
yeah, man. I don't know. I might have to.
I overshot it earlier. I
Well, not too
practiced
hard to
it, and then
do.
I went back and this is the only hole I practiced, and I ended up in the tree and made it, and then I went out there and I think I put like 3 3/4 topspin on it, and I really only needed about 2 to get where I wanted to get. Didn't
This
need
would be
much.
this would be better, I think, if it had a nice slice set up. Then you could really try and maneuver your way around the corner, or
Well,
just
the
hit
deal is
really
that if
far
you're going to
great.
try and move yourself around the corner, you almost need to rough bump yourself out so that you can stay. Because if you put all the topspin on it in order to get run, you're going to end up on the other side in the run.
Oh no, no topspin. No, just 2 or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you did it with a slice, then you'd be coming in at a way steeper angle, and you could cut that corner a lot easier. I don't know how much difference it really makes, honestly.
There was originally when the hole came out. I don't know if they've changed the deal, but they've changed how the trees work. Is what the deal is. You could hit through the trees and try and rough bump it out. I'm going to just try 2 topspin.
Oh yeah, I think
What
I
I'm
remember trying to do
kind
that
of different.
before. Now that you mention it, it does sound familiar. Familiar, familiar.
I don't even think I need 2 topspin. I'm going to just try 1.
Ooh, I'm not gonna have enough.
4,
Range
5,
sniper.
4, 5.
Oh no.
Max curl, and I'm going to have to put some overpower in order to fight through that. 1 ring to the right. That's going to kill me. Second bounce is going to clip the rough. Ooh, I can't believe I made that. That's about where I wanted to be. I want to be more towards the middle of that fairway. You can see the hill in front of me, and I wanted to be to the right of that so that I'm more on the flat for the rough bump. I can still make it. I can put the side spin on and then pull the ball as far as I can to the right, put 3 side spin on it, and get as much as I can to be on the flat. It's definitely uphill. So, I mean, it seems like we should be taking a little bit of wind off.
Adam, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for the good luck. That was just a close my eyes and hit it shot. But note to self on the approach, set up left of the pin. There you go. It's in. That's all I needed to write down. I'm not even going to play this hole from now on. They're just going to give me a 2, and I'm going to go straight to number 9. Pretty much a gimme now. Oh, yeah. It's a crazy shot. You're crazy. You've changed, man. Back in the day, you'd be like, screw that. That's way too tiny.
Yeah, it still is way too fucking tiny.
I know, but you're going for it.
I am going for it.
That's what I mean. You've changed, man. You've changed.
Well, I changed right there only because I didn't have to pull over the sand. Oh, that was a straight that was just a straight up. I didn't add or take anything off. I just did a straight up adjustment.
Did you use the backboard Kansas hit the pin that way, or? I made it last night.
I wouldn't
Like
try that
closing
shot
my
if
eyes.
the wind was blowing from the right to the left and I had to pull over the sand. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I'd be doing backboard shit.
No, that was definitely a favorable wind for that shot.
Yeah. And I don't know that I would do it if there was a big headwind either, because a big headwind would push it towards the sand, and I think really only in side wind, unless you really knew the numbers. So like if there was a due headwind or something where I had to pull over the sand, I would just try the backspin shot. But if there's a side wind like that where the sand's kind of out of play, it's kind of safe. That's the only reason I did it, was because I felt like that was safe.
Safe.
I was looking. I thought we were done. I thought that was hole number 9. I'm like, how the hell did I shoot a 13? I thought I dropped a couple.
Yeah.
I picked up 2 of the par
As long as
3s
you
and a
don't,
par 4. So
as long as you don't
I
fuck
should
this
be
one
up.
up, you get a 15.
Well, let's talk about this hole, because you're going to see a lot of
Dunked
people
it, eh?
bringing out big.
Might as well go for a dunk. Got the backboarder to help you out.
I think you're going to see a lot of people coming out with big ass balls trying to get over to here. But the problem is that when you get over here, this is one of those things where you chase the car. You're the dog and you chase the car and you catch it, and then you go, what do I do with it now? Because getting over to that spot, if you get over here, you can't. It's hard to get around this bend with this angle. So this is a max. Me and Scooby practiced this hole one time quite a bit, and I did work out a max overpower hook shot with my big dog to get around the bend, and I could get like up into this area where I had a short little chip. But the second shot was harder than the first shot to even get to the spot. And what most people find is they end up in the rough and they end up shooting it straight forward, and they're in the same spot that they would be in as if they started here and they just shot up to there. So I don't know that it's worth bringing out a big ass ball to try and get into this spot when you can just lay it up and then bring it around the bend. But you definitely need a big dog or a cataclysm or something in your bag for the second shot to get you as far as you can. You want to try and get up into the shadows.
Yeah, as long as you get to the edge of that bend, it's still a short iron, I'm pretty sure.
And you can use a rock very, very nicely on this hole for your driver. You want the most accurate club in your bag if you're going to just lay it up down there. Cataclysm. This bag will work. This bag will work. And I'm going to bring a Titan, the king with balls. This tournament's sponsored by Titan. If you can't get it done with a Titan, you can't get it done.
You heard it. You heard it.
I keep waiting for the royalty check that they're going to send me on that, but They haven't sent me one yet.
Pricks.
Pricks. You ready?
Get your shit together. 3, 2, 1, go.
I should have wrote this down earlier on how much topspin I used on the drive. I might have actually used a little bit of backspin. I know I pulled back from the red line. I think I was at the +4 mark. Rock. I think I pulled back to the +4 mark, and
Dueling
I think I put on
spinners.
like.
Dueling spinners.
Let's
This
see
is
who's
exciting.
going.
Oh,
And I
77
got
wins. It's the
somebody with the
first
name
opponent
in.
on number 9. Now I will spin until tomorrow.
M. I'm going to pull back to the +4 mark. And I think I put on 1 backspin. Put on 1 and a sliver.
I don't know if I have a. I got Horizon. I could use Horizon for my second shot. Nah.
2, 4. Hit it great to the left. 1 ring great to the left.
Just under a ring and a half.
I pulled back to the +4 so that if we have a day
1.35.
headwind, you still have a room to work the wind out.
1.35. That was it.
Tight.
Yeah, I got the eagle yesterday. I think with my approach, I did 0% to the cup at wherever I was in my short iron. I believe. I didn't write this hole down though, because I'm smart.
It's pretty flat. I mean, if really, I think if there's anything, it should be a -5% because you can. I think it is. I think you can hit -5. I think that's what I hit earlier today, and I went right in the hole. It's slightly uphill, but not too bad.
Yeah. I've never been a thorn guy though. I don't know. I've always just went kingfisher to hornet, and then that was about it.
Well, the only thing good about a thorn is it's got great ball guide when you get it up and levels. It's
Well,
1.8 per ring.
and the thing is, same with the Goliath theory is that okay, it's not the accuracy isn't as great, but that just means it's less rings. And less rings is easier.
Getting up into the shadow, right at the edge, right where I wanted to be.
My shadow.
Okay, I got a kingfisher in this account. Let me look at for my kingfisher numbers. 1, 1.6, 2.1. If I hit it perfect, it will go in the hole.
Ooh, little great right should be okay. Hopefully. Little great right. It should be okay. Little great right is just okay.
It's not good, but it's great.
Okay. I'm not even bringing my putter.
Max.
Fuck the putter.
2.9
Stay in the
divided by
bag.
1.1. 2.5 rings.
Do the old walk-off short iron here. Nothing like a walk-off. The first year I went on the golf trip, it was our last round, or our second to last round, and we were doing a twosome best ball, and we were tied down to the last hole on the green, and I was the last one to go. Had a good 10, 12 footer. Buddy's already talking about. So when we go for a tiebreaker, nope, fucking dropped it right in the center. Threw my putter up, did the old walk-off trot. Oh yeah, nothing like a walk-off. Oh, I don't like that second bounce there.
Perfect would have been in the hole. Damn it.
3, 4, it's 2.9. I'm gonna go 2.8, 2.7, 2.75. Yeah, 2.75. That's what it was. Exactly 2.75. and I took my eye off the fucking bullseye.
Did
See,
you hit it
perfect
perfect?
was in. No, because I didn't look at
Yeah.
the bullseye.
Yeah. Got to hit that
Yeah,
perfect. Oh.
+5. Yeah, yeah, I can see that working too. Although with that wind, depending on where you end up in the fairway, it's almost a straight tailwind. So +5 on a thorn probably wouldn't be a whole lot extra, would it? Maybe an extra point one, maybe. But sometimes that's all the difference in the world. Just like if I would have fucking hit perfect there.
Yeah, I know. There's two
I
shots
got my
on this
12
round
though.
that
I
I would
wanted
love
12.
to see perfect. All
Hope
right,
he did.
minus 14.
That was a mistake on that guy's part, I believe. Unlucky.
I
Yeah,
think I shot two minus 14 today.
he must have accidentally sliced that or something.
This one is
Yanni
the one that
or
killed me.
Yana.
And one of these other holes I didn't hit perfect on, and it was right there as well. It was like the par four. I think it was 6. I would have loved to have seen perfect on that one. All right.
I get what you're
I
saying.
think
Yeah.
because of that last hole, we're looking at, minimum score is minus 11. And so, picking up 2 to 3 per side and getting to minus 14
Well,
is like, this is
one's
one of those
kind of
tournaments I
must
think
though.
we could see. You think we're going to see people win this week with 28?
Yeah, maybe. Depends
Could
on
be a
like
little bit lower.
like this account that I have, a 28. I could see a 28 winning the weekend for sure. Kingfisher is a good club. I agree.
It is a good club. It's a great club when you first start playing because you get it early. And what you're looking for when you first start playing is you're looking for clubs that have a little bit of backspin, and it has backspin and it has ball guide. What it doesn't have when you first start playing is distance, and that can cause some problems on some holes. But I played with the Kingfisher for a long time when I first started playing. You're kind of looking for different stuff on clubs. I think in some cases people are looking for the wrong things on some clubs, but a Kingfisher when you first start playing is a great club. One of the weaknesses when you first start playing is your short stuff. Like I don't mind hitting off the green and then just chipping it
Hank
on,
hit 18,
but
eh?
when
Yeah,
you
well, he plays 42
when you
accounts and then does one live.
a lot of those guys do that. That's why you see them and you're like, man, these guys are great. That's because they played 60 hours before they shot 1 hour of video and had all their numbers down.
But hey,
Denner and I
18's
are
18. Fuck yeah.
Denner and I are the real deal. We actually go out there and just shoot around. And so when you see us shoot around, you're just seeing how we play.
Well, I mean, I played 3 before this one, so I did have some shit written down, but I think they're pretty close now. It's the par
Yeah, but there's
threes.
a
I'm
lot of times
disappointed
when
at the
me and
par
you just
threes.
go
I
out
didn't
there.
make any par threes. That's fucking dumb.
But there's a lot of times when me and you go out there and play around and we haven't even seen the holes. We haven't even played these once. And we go out there and we still get, you know, minimum score and pick up a shot or two.
I don't know. Perfect's always been the same to me. I know people were saying there's a question. Anyone else finding it harder to hit perfect since they come out with the precision balls? I, for me personally, no, I don't notice a difference at all. I've always just been focused dead center of that yellow bullseye. Don't pay attention to anything else. Don't watch the needle. Just focus on that. As long as I'm calm and I keep my eye in the middle, I don't really have an issue. I know when they changed the yellow bullseye to like the half size one, that people were saying, "Ah, it's harder, it's harder." I don't know. I think it's just a matter of keeping focused the whole time on exactly where you want the needle to stop. Don't be distracted by it waving. Don't, you know, last hole right there. I took my eyes off a little bit. I knew the needle was coming, and I kind of looked over to the right a little bit to see it coming. And what happened? I hit it great to the right because I wasn't looking at the dead center of the bullseye. But that's my opinion, though. I know people have had issues,
Well, here's my issue
needle
with it.
leggy stuff, and I
I
always
love the
like to do a
fact that
consistent thing too. So I'm always trying to. I'll get ready, set up when I'm ready to shoot, pull the ball down, make sure it's dead center of the circle, look at my timer, look at the circle again, then look at the bullseye, and then once maybe once by, and then when it comes from right to left, boom, that's why I let it go. I figure I try and do most things consistent, eliminate as many variables as possible. That way, it's up to me. If I fucked it up, then I fucked it up. Then sometimes you're in a rush though, and it's like, hurry up, fucking go. But if in a perfect world, that's the way I like to set the shots up. Got time to focus on the middle and keep
well,
your eyes
here's
right in the
my
middle.
problem. When you're out on the course, I love the fact that we have the yellow line, and so we have a half, so we can see what half is. So if we want to move it 2.5, we got 2.5 exactly. If we want 2.25, we've got something to split the difference for us, so we don't have to kind of extrapolate for the whole thing. But when you're looking at when you're getting ready to take your shot, you have your bullseye, and you have, okay, so you draw a line through it. So this is the left side of the line, and this is the right side of the line. Well, this from the center out to this is the same distance as it is out to here. But what you're telling me is that perfect is half of that. And so they put that, okay, why didn't you just change it so that they were all equal distance? So like if this is a perfect, then the next ring is the same distance. When they put that little yellow dot in the middle, that screwed me totally. I mean, I have not hit, I mean, there's days when I can hit a lot of perfects, but like my ability to hit perfect in the past before they split it, because the perfect is half the size of every other ring.
No,
So
that's
if
a
you hit
myth
a
though,
one,
because that's the whole reason they changed it. Because everyone was fucking bitching and complaining. They're like, listen, the render on the screen might not be fucking perfect to where the exact pixel is on your arrow. So it might look like it's inside the yellow, but technically it's not. And it's like, well, I don't know, because there's a lot of people.
you
I'm not gonna call anyone out, but I'm sure if you've watched streams in the past, there's one or two people that would obsess over the
no,
freaking arrow, and
I've
it's like,
seen
look where it is, look
you.
where it is. Well, I tell you what, hit it in the fucking middle of the yellow. Then there you go,
No,
problem
but what
solved.
you're telling me is that a perfect is this dot in the middle, and that a one ring right to the left is now the same width as it's twice the width of the perfect. But when you go over to the next ring is technically 4 times as big. Okay, they're not equal distance. They're not symmetrical anymore. And so like if you want the dot for perfect to be perfect and you split that perfect in half, then
Yeah,
the
but
next
apparently
ring size
the
over
middle
should
one's
be the
not
same
one
size as
anyway.
half of the dot in the middle. And then
It's
the
not
next
point
ring should be
0.5.
the same size as half the dot in the middle. And they're not.
Well,
The next
it's
ring
never been
over
that
from
way
the
apparently
perfect
though. Apparently, and
is
I don't
twice
believe
the
this
size of the
either,
perfect.
but apparently it's never been that way either. Because the actual bullseye counts as point 0.2 rings. So if you pull over the bullseye, you're over pulling, apparently, and it's always been that way. Personally, myself, I don't buy into that. I If I got to pull over the ring, over the bullseye, I'll do it. If that's an easier way to adjust. If I don't, then I won't. But I don't see it making a huge difference. Personally, again,
No, I'm not
this is
talking
just
about when you're making your adjustment. I'm talking about when you're taking your shot and you're trying to hit perfect on the shot. They're not symmetrical. The rings aren't symmetrical across the spectrum. So if you hit,
yeah,
so
but
the
in real
center
life they're not
is
either.
not symmetrical to the rest of the ring.
Your sweet spot's not the same as your just outside the
I
sweet
don't want
spot, and it's not.
let's talk about math. The distance of the rings is not symmetrical.
I know what you're saying. I've heard it, but it doesn't fucking matter though. Like to me,
Well, it matters if you're
the
trying to
arrow
hit
points where the ball is going. If you don't hit it dead center, it's not going dead center. If you're a little bit off of dead center, that ball is going a little bit off of dead center. It doesn't matter if it says perfect, good, great, fucking spectacular.
yeah.
I don't care what the screen says. The arrow tells me exactly the trajectory that it's leaving the tee. If it says perfect, but it's barely inside, then I don't expect it to go perfectly straight. I expect it to go just barely left of where I aimed it, right?
Hell, I hardly ever hit dead center perfects. Hardly ever. But they're not symmetrical.
That's the thing, though. But I
Okay,
mean,
and
if you hit
when you
great
have
in the
stuff that's
yellow,
not symmetrical, and you're telling me that they represent
what
the
is that?
same
I don't.
distance, what you're doing is you're jerking my dick. Okay,
It doesn't though.
if
If
they're not
if the green
symmetrical.
ring is now cut in half, then it's half of a ring.
No, you're talking about pulling out on the course when you're making your wind adjustment. I'm talking about when you take your shot and you're trying to hit perfect. The rings that you're seeing in front of you are not symmetrical. Okay, and what you're telling me is that they
Okay, I think
represent
you're
the
using the
same
wrong
distance.
word because symmetrical is wrong because they're 100% symmetrical. No matter which way you cut it in half, it's symmetrical.
Okay, so let's draw a line. Here's our line, and here's our center dot. I'll make this big. Here's our center dot. This is perfect. Okay, and the distance to the next ring is exactly half of. It represents the same distance as it is from the outside of the perfect to the center line. Okay, but the next ring is twice as big.
Yeah,
Okay,
and so
so
when you hit that
symmetrical
ring,
would
you
be
miss twice as far away. When you hit great in
this
the
would be.
yellow, it
So
ends
what you're
up
telling me,
closer
this
than
is
it
a
hits
one
great in the
ring, and this
red.
is a 2 to 3 ring grate, and this is a 4 to 5 ring grate. Why, if you want to do that and you draw a line down the center and you say this is perfect, then this is one ring and this is two ring, and all of these would be symmetrical. They are not.
I
After
think
the
you're
first
nitpicking,
ring,
man.
it's twice as big, and then twice as big, and then twice as big.
And you missed
Okay,
twice
they
as
are not
far though.
symmetrical anymore.
You tell me that if back in the old days, let's just say, if you hit barely great, you're saying, fuck, I thought that was perfect, but apparently it was great. And then you hit one that was like, fuck, I was surprised that wasn't good. You tell me they're going to end up in the same spot? So what's the
No, no, no.
difference?
I'm not
What's the
saying
difference
that they
between
will end up in the same spot. I'm just
one ring
saying that
great and
what
fucking three rings great?
you're arguing their point that everything is hunky dory on the take, like hey, when they changed the take shot and you're looking at the needle going around and you're looking at the perfect, that everything's the same as it was before. No, it's not the same. If my eye likes symmetrical shit, our right, and it's not symmetrical anymore.
It
So I tend to hit
it is symmetrical. I'm
this
not sure
one,
what
and
word
this
you
one.
want to
These
use,
are all
but
symmetrical. But the bullseye, yeah, the bullseye is the same width. If you count both sides of the bullseye, is the same width as these other rings that are out here. But if we're talking about what's on one side of the line and what's on the other side of the line, these rings should be the same width, and they're not, because they're not.
I
They're
understand that.
not.
But in the end, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference on the outcome of your shot. Is what I'm getting at. If you
Well,
hit
it
a
does
little
if you're
bit
trying to
great,
hit
it's going to
perfect.
miss a little bit great. If you hit a lot great, it's going to miss a lot
No,
great.
no, I'm not arguing that if you hit a little bit great or you hit a little bit good or whatever, that the shot's not, like, hey, I set the shot up and I hit it good and it
So
didn't go where I wanted it to. Well, no,
maybe
no,
I'm.
duh. But when you're giving me a fucking bullseye, give me a bullseye that's got symmetrical stuff on it instead of giving me a bullseye where
It is
one section is
symmetrical.
smaller than the other.
If you cut it in half, both sides are equal. That's symmetry.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I get what you're saying. I think what it boils
No,
down
no,
to is it
no,
suits
I
your
want
eye
you to look
better
at what I'm saying.
without.
Here's the center line. Here's the bullseye. Half the bullseye is the same width as the next ring. And so if we count the whole bullseye, the next ring is the same width as the whole bullseye. But now we've got this intermediate ring that is not the same size as this ring or the entire bullseye. It is half the width. So now I've got symmetrical, 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 half symmetrical.
Okay.
Okay.
No, but what you're saying is, so basically what you're saying is, from what I gather, is it doesn't suit your eye the way it's laid out now. Before it did because
Yeah.
everything was nice and even, Steven.
Yeah. 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 I like
So,
even.
but
I like
if you look
even.
at it from the bullseye only, it's the same either side. I get what you're saying because
Nope.
you have this little
In
tiny yellow,
between.
then you have a full green, and then a little tiny yellow. I
Nope.
get what you're saying
Nope.
there.
Nope. You got a full bullseye, and then you got a half ring, and
That's
then
what
you
you
got
said.
full rings of the same size as the bullseye. So you got a half ring that's in there. You can't get rid of that half ring. That half ring's in there.
Well, I get it. I got the solution. We just need to make you slightly colorblind. So then the green and the yellow look exactly the same, and then it's all even. But we could get some
No, I mean, and
contacts for that.
I really do
No,
like
I'm
the
just pulling your
fact that
leg, man. I'm just trying to
in the course, though, that
make
when
some
we're
humor.
making our wind adjustments, that we have a half ring. I love that, but I think the bullseye when we're actually taking our shot it's like the optical illusion for me. My eye was so used to it the old way that it's hard for me to it screwed me up. It screwed me up big time.
Yeah,
And I'm sure
so
that there's
it
a lot
doesn't
of other
suit
people
your
that
eye
screwed up as
anymore
well.
like it did before.
Yeah, it doesn't shoot my eye for sure. For
In the
sure.
end, it doesn't really outcome it doesn't change the outcome of your shot, depending on if you hit it in the yellow or not. Like, it's still going to be, if you did hit a little bit great, it's going to miss a bit great. If you hit perfect, it's probably going to be closer in. If you hit bad great, well, it's going to end up bad great, right? But
Yeah, but it was easier to
as you're
hit
taking the
perfect
shot,
before,
you find it
because
easier.
it was symmetric.
It suits your eye better. I get it.
And
I was missing what you were trying to get to, I think, because I was
I think
focusing
there's a
on
lot
one
of other
stupid
people out
word.
there that it also did the same thing to them, and they've never
Oh yeah,
recovered.
no, 100%. I don't disagree with that. Like I said, I've always what it is to me is that is when I'm watching it, when it crosses dead center, it lights up, right? It does that little fucking tiny flash thing. And that's what I really focus on. That's telling me that when that flash lights up, that is dead center. And so I try and base my metronome on that little flash. Because in reality, if I'm decent enough at it, I should be able to take the shots with my eyes closed. And then just bring it back,
No,
boom, do my little metronome, and be like, 1, 2, 3, go. And if my timing's
on the
right,
days on the days when I take my time and I do the same thing. I don't look at the needle at all. I'll look at the ball and I'll make sure that I got the ball dead
straight
center.
at him.
And then I'll glance up at the needle to make sure that my timing in my head is the same as the needle.
Yeah,
And it's just like a glance. And then once I've done that, I basically look back down at the ball and then I release the next time I'm back at the center. And when I take my time and let it go by a few times, I do hit perfect more often than just snapping it off.
yeah,
But in the past, and I'm not one of those people that always hits from the left to the right or the right to the left. I'll switch it up and I'll feel like I'm not doing good on one side or I'm not hitting perfect. So I'll switch to the other side and force myself, to start hitting perfects on that side.
yeah. No, it's just a comfort thing, right? Whatever makes you more comfortable. Just like in real life, someone could tell me, well, you're holding the club wrong, or you're swinging it wrong, or something, or blah blah blah. But I mean, is someone gonna tell Jim Furyk that? Like, how many guys make up their own things? Bowling, it's the same thing. I could tell people that are in my league that are starting out that they're open for tips. A lot of people don't give a shit. They're just like, I'm just here to have fun. I don't give a fuck. But if some people want tips, you can tell them stuff. But in the end, I'll tell them like, number one, you got to make it comfortable. If you're uncomfortable with your approach or your swing or whatever it is, then it's not going to work. So you got to figure out what's comfortable for you. You know, I had to play 5-pin with my nephew a couple weekends ago, and I'm sure there were some people looking at me like, what the fuck is that guy doing? Because it's 5-pin, the ball is light as hell. I stand literally like 2 steps in front of the line, and then I put one foot in front of the other, and then I bring that foot back as I start my approach. And really, I just take 2 small steps and roll the ball. 10-pin, I don't use my thumb. I got 2 hands on the ball. I carry it like a baby before I throw it, and it probably looks really fucking weird, but I don't know, it's whatever's comfortable. I found it worked. It suited my game. Oh
Well, if
yeah,
you're
Adam,
playing
we're always
real,
having fun. This is our me and 77's good discussions we have off cam sometimes. It's all in good
the
fun.
thing about yeah, we disagree on a lot of shit, but we're friends at the end of the day. If you're playing real golf, I
I
can
don't even
tell
know though
you,
if that was
don't fall.
disagreement though. It was kind of a somewhat misunderstanding of the point being made. But anyway, go ahead.
If you're playing real golf, don't fall into that trap. Like I don't hit my clubs as far as like, other guys are the pros, but I know like I can hit this, like this club is for this distance. So if you tell me I'm 175 yards away, I know I can hit it with this club. And if I just go out there and take my normal swing, I don't have to put anything extra on. I just swing through the ball, just nice and easy, not trying to do anything. And how I grip my club, you're right. If somebody's like, hey, no, you should be doing this. No, that's what you should be doing. I've got my own swing.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm out there and I'm just duffing the ball, then yeah, give me some advice. But if I'm out there and hey, I need to hit the ball 175 yards and I hit the ball 175 yards, I didn't really need your advice.
Yep.
Damn it.
Everyone's got tips, but in the end, again,
Everyone's got tips.
it's whatever you're most comfortable with, and as long as you're having fun. That's why I don't like playing with guys that think they're good, and then maybe they are good, but the thing is like, well, dude, like you're out here golfing with me. Paid, we paid to come here and play. So like, why are you getting pissed off because you're not, shooting only even par? Oh, I'm a 3 handicap. I shot at 82. This is garbage. I fucking hate golf. Well, my dad taught me this when I was a kid at bowling. When you get down, get discouraged, and get mad, not even mad at yourself, discouraged, not just pissed off, you get into a bad mood, you only do worse. Doesn't make you do any better. So you need to fucking step back, take a deep breath, and realize it's just a fucking game. You paid to be here. You might as well enjoy it.
There you have it. All right. Are we all done?
I think for now, yeah. I will be back at some point in time, hopefully with special guests for my main account in the return to pro. So yeah, that should be interesting.
Yeah, pro
And
should be fun. I don't think on this course, I don't think that really any of the holes, because the whole
9
thing
will
is
suck.
from pro,
8 will
as
be
long as
interesting.
you can get to the same spot
Yep.
on your drive where you ended up in rookie, it's the same second shot. So none of these holes, I think,
It's just the
except for hole
wind.
number one. Hole number
Pro wins are
one,
shitty.
you'll need, if you want to start off on the other side, you'll need a bigger ball. But the rest of the holes, it's pretty much, getting to the same spot as you do in rookie is not going to be that difficult. It's just the winds. You're right.
Yep. Right on, right on. Well, thanks everyone for stopping in. I will be back with my pro, hopefully with a special guest again, who will also be playing pro. Uh, Go check out 77 Ott's channel if you haven't already. I'm sure this video will be posted on his channel quite soon. Go there, give it a thumbs up, give it the fucking subscribe, the bell, all that good stuff that you're supposed to do. And if you feel like doing that here, go ahead. If not, whatever. I'm not the boss of you. Thanks for coming out, guys. Thanks for the good lucks. Thanks for the thankses. And until next time, party on, Wayne's.
Thanks for watching.